Welcome to the All-Purpose Lender Podcast. I'm Norm.DeLaura. I'm here with Suzy Couture over at Executive Real Estate. And today we're going to do Suzy's topic. She came up with "Tis the season for selling."
Tis the season for selling. Want to just
We've got
get into
our cap.
character here?
Got a little bit top 10 list. Why now is the time to sell? And I'll let you start it off. I'll let you run the show. Go
Yeah,
for it, Suzy. What's
sure.
number one on the list?
Number one is less competition, right? NAR reports that there's a 15% decrease in housing inventory during the holiday season versus spring.
Do you think it's just because it's cold? Nobody wants to take the time to get their house staged for selling.
Yeah, and then there's
the holidays
snow
are
on the
coming
shoes
up.
and the holidays, and they're baking cookies and they're wrapping,
Everyone's so busy
gifts
about
and
it.
everything along those lines. So sellers and buyers tend to kind of
Put it on pause.
put it on pause until after the new year. So again, less competition for sellers. And NAR states it, and also Redfin says that a number of homes for sale drops by an average of 8.1% compared to the previous fourth quarter months.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's a good one. It's a good way to start this off. How about number two? What do you got?
Serious buyers. So with the same reason, right? A lot of buyers hit the pause button because they've got holiday,
Extra expenses coming up.
extra expenses and again, cookies and functions that they have to do. So they kind of put a pause on looking for homes. But, so that the buyers that are out there at this point in time are super serious. They're ready to go. The National Association of Real Estate Agents reports that serious buyers continue their search during the holidays, and 85% of those buyers are ready to go and would love to close before the end of the year.
I would think now with so little inventory, the buyers are desperately looking to buy right now.
They are
They're not going to stop no matter what month it is.
No, nope, not at all.
I'm going to take your number three.
Yeah.
Interest rate considerations. You had on here buyers may be motivated to lock a mortgage at a favorable interest rate before rates potentially rise, maybe fall the coming year. For this year, it's more so they're looking at their budgets because rates have trended higher over the past year compared to where they were.
Yeah.
This is not the 3% interest rate market
Nor
anymore.
will it be next year.
No,
the
year after, exactly.
Yeah.
So being that the rates are higher, they have to look at their budgets a little bit more. At the end of the year, you can kind of get an idea of, hey, this is what our expenses were, this is what our income was, what do we have going on next year. That's usually bonuses usually come out the first quarter of the following year based on
We'll
award.
talk about that later.
We'll get to that as well. But it's just a matter of at the end of the year, everyone's looking at their budget to see where they actually stand. Go for it.
And number four is along the same lines, year-end tax benefits. If you talk to your accountant, there's benefits to owning a home, right? You get to write off certain deductions, mortgage, mortgage interest and homeowners insurance and things like that. So that's another reason that people try to.
You find this one pays off at the end of the year. A lot more people are buying investments, second homes, things of that nature.
Yeah.
They don't want to get that done before the end of the year because they're figuring out their tax base, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But again, you're not going to see the buyers wait. It's a matter of getting those sellers to list. And they got to realize there's enough buyers out there now that you're not going to have that house on the market too long, even if it's in December and we're in a foot of snow. There's going to be people that are going to want to go take a look at that house.
Yeah, and really coming back to investors on this one is that sometimes when they meet with their accountant, in September, October, the accountant's saying, yes, you have to spend money.
Right.
You got to spend money. So what a better way of spending money than buying a rental, buying a property to flip, things like that. So number four, that's where it comes in.
Number five, emotional appeal. What are you talking about there, Suzy?
Yeah, when a buyer walks into your home and it feels warm and inviting, right? They're basically, there's a strong emotional connection to somebody walking in and just smelling, freshly baked cookies or cinnamon, or seeing the twinkle lights, or, big plush blankets that are sitting on the couch and things like that. So they just envision themselves more in a home.
I think as well, the emotional appeal as far as, let's say you're a first time home buyer and you see the big living room or the dining room and you're like, I can host, I can have the parties, I got enough room for everyone to come in, the holidays are coming up, you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate, New Year's, Hanukkah, you got them all. There's just so many family get-togethers in a row that obviously there's going to be some sort of emotional appeal there. And the thing I just realized, because I'm reading your list about the decorations and keeping them minimal, means I got to get my zombie gnomes down if I was selling. Cause I still have them up from Halloween, yes. So get the zombie gnomes off the yard.
Absolutely,
they can't
100%,
keep them there till
100%. Yeah. The National Association of Home Builders states that 70% of home buyers said that the holiday season makes them more emotional about a home purchase. Yeah. Right? I mean, you walk in and it's cold outside, right? And all of a sudden your home is warm and it smells good and it just looks good. And, we have to just keep in mind, though, that when it comes to decorating, you have to be tasteful about it and remember that not everybody celebrates the same way that you might, right? So when I talk to my sellers about staging during the holidays, there's a lot of golds, silvers, whites, garland, woodland
just keep
scenes.
It generic.
Just keep it generic. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't put up your tree, but again, be generic about it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Number 6, you had relocation necessities.
Yeah. So basically, a lot of companies, they tend to start strategizing their relocations for the year, right?
Yep, a lot of relos.
And then when that happens, they don't have that much time to look for homes. I'm dealing with one right now. Right, I'm dealing with one right now. They're coming up from North Carolina. They have 1 week to find a home. 1 week to find a home. So with limited inventory, that's a bit rough, but do you think that they're making sure that everything is crossed off their list? No, they're making sure that, the location is one that they will be okay with, and the size. Everything else, that they're willing to tweak. But with relocations, it's definitely something that happens in fourth quarter and even, the beginning of first quarter, but it's something that buyers are out there now.
Flexible closing dates, number 7.
Yeah. When people are, it's the end of year, a lot of people are using up vacation time, right? So there's a lot more flexibility there with closings. Zillow says that 79% of sellers who list their home during the holidays are willing to adjust their timeline for the right offer.
Yeah, because most people, I'm sure, probably have time off. Because you probably have the week vacation. Right. So if you close on Wednesday or Thursday, it's not the end of the world.
Nope.
Everyone's got a little bit more flexibility, and I think because it's the holidays and it's the season of giving and being generous,
the employers are giving a day off.
I think that the sellers might be a little bit more willing to be like, what if he's only 1 day off? It's not the end of the world.
Correct.
We'll be okay.
Yeah. And that's it. That's it. I mean, there's people are just in a good mood
at
the end of the year, right? People are taking time off. And they're not trying to plan a day or an afternoon off where they can come in and sign paperwork and do the final walkthrough and do a final cleaning. Things are a little less stressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 8, new year, new home mentality.
I mean, who doesn't have
get the fresh start?
Yeah. Who doesn't have a new home on their New Year's list here? So a lot of people, they start thinking about their New Year's resolutions, and sometimes there's new house on there, new abode, right? So when do they start looking for that? They're starting to think about that already. So again, a lot of buyers tend to hit the market at the end of the year just because they're thinking ahead and saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to be here next year. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Number 9, the year-end bonus. We touched a little bit on this before.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the year, a lot of people get their bonuses. So they're looking at their budget, going, okay, I have an influx of cash that came in that he uses my down payment.
Yep.
The other part to that is, like I was mentioning earlier, is a lot of bonuses also come in the first quarter. They usually come in March. Mm-hmm. So knowing that, hey, listen, I know I got my bonus coming in March. I also got my taxes coming as well. So I know that, let's say, for example, you found a house that might need a little TLC. You're like, okay, I can put that offer in knowing that, hey, I got between my bonus, the taxes, what I make, I got some extra cash coming in, what I've saved, and I can actually do the work that I want to make a change to, whether it's improve a bathroom, a kitchen, whatever they want to do. It just, the timeline fits perfect at the end of the year for them because it fits into their planning their budget for the following year.
Yeah, and think about it from reverse, thought. I mean, if you think that you want to close in March, are you finding a home tomorrow?
No.
Right? So you have to start looking now and then allocate time for that, that 45-day process where you're doing your home inspections, where you're, basically securing the mortgage and all that kind of stuff. So again, you're planning that maybe you want to close in March or April when these, bonuses might finalize themselves, but you have to start looking now.
Yep. And if you found something early, you take it right away. You don't wait. You take it and close when you can.
Right.
All right. Last but not least, number 10, online house hunting.
Everybody's home. Everybody's taking those last-minute vacation days that will expire and not be there January 1st.
Usually you only have so many vacation days that you can cash back, and you got so many you have to use, otherwise they go away. So a lot of people are home. Kids
are home from school, and sometimes daycares, aren't available as well. So a lot of people are taking time off, and what do?
They're looking at what they want to do, and some people buying homes. They want to look at Zillow. They're going to look online and they're going to look everywhere and find out.
So they've got a lot more time to just sit at home in front of their fireplace and start perusing Zillow and Redfin and every other site there is, looking for homes, and you want to be on there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Good work. It's a top 10 list.
Yeah.
I think this year, overall, if you read out of all these top 10s, I think the key main point is there's no reason to wait. That's really what it comes down to. Simply because, like you said, the inventory is low. So if you put a house on the market, no matter if the house has a foot of snow on it, it's still going to sell. There's plenty of buyers that we have that are just waiting, hoping that there's a house on the market. And if you're a buyer and you think, well, I'm just going to wait, well, you're just going to have to get back in the back of the line with the rest of the buyers that have been sitting there actively pursuing homes right now. So I just think that right now it's just there's no reason to wait.
Yeah, and I mean, again, with interest rates, we can touch upon this really quickly. Is that once they start to drop and continue to drop. Right, and I don't know if they'll continue to drop, but I'm assuming next year with the elections that we might see that. You're just going to see more buyers, more competition, still a shortage of inventory, right? Doesn't matter if the inventory's levels go up at all, there's still not enough homes for the backlog of buyers.
Yeah, the idea with the interest rates is it's all going to be a matter of inflation. That's really what it comes down to. If they can get the inflation down to 2%, which is the Fed's ultimate goal, the faster they can do that, the faster rates can go down. If, as the Fed pointed out last week, that it's going to remain kind of sticky, then it's going to take longer. Rates may go down a tad, but not enough that it's going to significantly make a difference. But in any case, if it meets your budget that you can buy a home and you've been looking, waiting on rates is not the go-to because you can refinance later. It's a matter of, it's not like there's a million houses out there for you to find. There's very few. So if you really want to move, you got to be looking now. But well, thanks you for coming in this week.
Oh, you're welcome.
One more thing. If anyone in Manchester hears this, where's the sign up for the road race? Suzy asked me as soon as she came, she's like, where's the sign for the road race?
There is no sign across Main Street.
I didn't see it, but I could have sworn I saw it last week. I don't know why I thought I saw it.
Crazy, it's not there.
It's not there though.
No,
I just looked out the window, didn't see it.
I'm so upset.
So if anyone's got any answer to that one, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Suzy.
Yeah, see ya.